Does Suraj also takes part in your temptation? Like he's also that gorging on food kind of type, or is he like the one?
He's much better than me. I'm bad with one temptation, which is dieting. The moment you ask me not to eat, it's like I see any Bengali spicy food. The moment I'll see puchka, or vada pav, I just samosa. I love spicy food. So my biggest temptation to handle would be food, most definitely.
I have already told you that you have this over everyone. You got to work with Shah Rukh. Firstly, were you tempted by him?
I remember day one, the AD came and asked me, "Ma'am, have you done your lines?" I said, "Yeah." And then I went on set, I saw him. In the first rehearsal take, I forgot. I think the moment you're married, there's a sense of stability, you're grounded, and you feel like, I have to be with this person and I love this person. What's the point of prolonging this fight or this argument, I truly feel that, what has changed in both of us, me and Suraj, after marriage, is that there is, we've become better in giving than receiving. Give more love. I mean, I am a very emotional person, and I truly feel that I value and understand relationships. He's so wise and he is such an intelligent man. I don't know, I made this interview about me and Suraj.
My next guest has been tempting her audience ever since she first appeared on the screen. So when it came to representing Temptation Island, I don't think there could have been a better person to do this job. She is the actual Queen of Hearts, and now she has a title to show for it. So join me as I welcome on Bollywood Bubble the amazing, the hot, the happening, the gorgeous Mouni Roy. So firstly, Mouni, welcome to Bollywood Bubble.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for that kind introduction.
Firstly, thank you for coming. And I have to say, the show, I think, goes with your vibe. Because I think you have had a relationship that people have admired, and there could not have been a better person to actually give out relationship advice.
Thank you for saying that.
So firstly, when the offer came, what was it about the offer that made you say yes to it?
I think I am a very emotional person, and I truly feel that I value and understand relationships, and I have prioritized them in my life as much as I have prioritized my work. Let me just say, I know how to balance it, my work and personal life and relationship, whether it's with my husband, my parents, in-laws, friends, everybody. So when they told me they were making a show about couples, my only question was that in what capacity did they want me there? And the moment I got to know it would be about, because I am doing something like this for the first time. The situations are happening for the first time. No two stories are the same. So if I can give my two bits, and if I can guide them a little bit, tell them that this maybe this is how you want to approach this situation. Maybe that's not something you want to say to one another. So that was what I was like. Okay, yeah, it's about relationships and it's interesting, which is why I said yes.
Over the course of years and with your experiences and the relationships you've had, how have you learned to deal with temptation when you are
I'm very good. No, actually, I'm bad with one temptation, which is dieting. The moment you ask me not to eat, it's like I see any Bengali spicy food, or I love street food. So the moment I'll see puchka, or vada pav, I just samosa. I love spicy food. So my biggest temptation to handle would be food, most definitely. But temptation is there in every sphere of life, whether you're whether it's like your relationships, whether it's about your workout, whether it's about your meditation, whether it's about maybe you like to write journals. Discipline is very, very important in life, but then temptations do exist.
Yeah. Does Suraj also takes part in your temptation? Like he's also that gorging on food kind of type, or is he like the one?
He's much better than me. He's much better than me. He eats well, but he eats healthy. He tries,
But you also getting to work with Karan, and I feel like this chemistry is gonna stand out the most because you both are the heartthrobs of the nation. Let's just say it's out there. But getting to work with him and getting to explore that kind of chemistry between you, how is that experience?
He's wonderful. What I like about him is he's very honest as a person. So there's a great camaraderie between us already, I'd say. And he's very straightforward. He's there. He knows what he has to do. He speaks really very well. He gives great advice. So I am also getting to learn a lot from him, for sure.
And also, like, post-marriage, have your kind of a process of dealing with temptations kind of changed in you?
No, I was always this person. I am not very easily tempted. I'm not at all tempted, honestly.
But I have to say, you're doing some amazing work professionally as
Thank
well.
you.
Like, recently you had an amazing show. And as I told you before the interview, Brahmastra, like, people still remember that it's been over a year and you stood out in that.
Thank
Firstly, even today, it's been a year, people still remember that and people still talk about that. Does it fill you with a sense of gratification, a sense of gratitude and pride? Because you did that
Absolutely.
work?
I was, I didn't expect that kind of reaction. I thought people are going to like it, but also it was my garb was outlandish, and I had to speak in Shuddh Hindi, so I didn't know how people are going to receive the role. But I was overjoyed would be an understatement when I kind of understood the audience's reaction, read the reviews. So it was one character that unanimously everybody loved to hate. So I think, when something like that happens, it leaves you with a lot of gratitude. Like you said, I was overwhelmed. And I think it was first time all my friends, because my friends and my family are my biggest critics. They'll tell me what they like, but they'll also tell me what they didn't like. Like point blank. There's no sugar coating it. They all loved it unanimously. So I was very happy, yes. And grateful.
And I have to say, I have already told you that you have this over everyone. You got to work with Shah Rukh Khan.
Oh, yes.
You have
absolutely.
that. Firstly, were you tempted by him while working with him? I think that
I was very, no, it's, I was in awe.
Yeah.
In awe is the word. Like, I remember day one, usually, I am good with my lines and I memorize them quickly. And the AD came and asked me, ma'am, have you done your lines? I said, yeah. And then I went on set, I saw him. In the first rehearsal take, I forgot my first line, because it's such an out-of-body experience when he's standing in front of you. But he's lovely. He's just the wittiest, kindest, most amazing man ever.
And just like the couples in the show, like when you are in a relationship, not married yet, but in a relationship, you still figure out, you still have that thing in your back of your mind that there's an out there.
Yeah.
Which does not involve a lot of people around. But when you get married, there's a lot of people involved. So after getting married, have your kind of perception of dealing with issues, dealing with arguments or dealing with problems kind of changed?
Absolutely. You suddenly realize how futile it all is. Especially, you will fight. Two and two people are together. They'll have arguments. They'll have their problems. But how to deal with it. I think the moment you're married, there's a sense of stability, you're grounded, and you feel like, I have to be with this person and I love this person. What's the point of prolonging this fight or this argument, So you come to a middle ground much quicker, I think, than when you are just boyfriend, girlfriends. Then I think the egos are much more than love in itself. I truly feel that, what has changed in both of us, me and Suraj, after marriage, is that there is, we've become become better in giving than receiving. Give more love, give more understanding, be there for each other more. When you do that for the other person, there'll always be a reciprocation. So don't ask, don't be all about me. It becomes about us. So whatever is better for us, you do that.
And I have to say, like, he's like your biggest cheerleader out
Yeah,
there.
he is.
And
He's
shows
wonderful.
the way. He's wonderful. And have you seen that change in him also in the way he kind of handles the difficult situation now?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, he is, he's so wise and he is such an intelligent man. I don't know. I made this interview about me and Suraj. But I really, really look up to him.
Let me just say, he's not just wise, he's handsome as well.
Very handsome.
Very handsome. You are a lucky woman.
Thank you.
And if there's one piece of advice from your experience that you would give out to the couples out there on dealing with the temptations that they're going to face on the island, what would that advice be?
My advice would be to all the couples who are there on Temptation Island this season, that go with the flow, listen to your heart, be honest to yourself, and proceed with that thought.
You are getting to explore these different sides of you. Like this show is giving you a different kind of opportunity. And with Brahmastra, you got to play a negative role. You have done TV, you have done films, everything. does it fill you with a sense of validation, a sense of pride that you are getting to explore these different facets of you in this phase of your career?
I won't say pride, but it's definitely satisfying.
Yeah.
As an actor or somebody on showbiz, I want to do everything. I want to do it all, and I feel like when you get that opportunity, when you can prove to yourself more than to the world that you're capable of playing different parts. You are versatile, and you can take on any challenge or role of say for this, do a reality TV, be a part of a good OTT show. I think all the characters that I'm trying to consciously choose is different from one another. So that's what it's a gratifying experience.
Until now, whatever reality shows you have done mostly have been about dance. So
Yeah.
you have got to share dancing skills, but this is something like where your personality is on display.
Yeah.
And even though you're not a contestant, but you still are there, out there, and people are going to see the real you.
Yeah.
Does it become at somewhere a little bit anxiety inducing, or not in the negative sense, but a little nervousness comes in?
Of course, first day I was very nervous. It was because it was the first time I was doing something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not nervous about people getting to know me, because I think the best way for you to be is yourself, and especially when you're in front of so many cameras non-stop. It's not scripted. They cannot decide what the contestants are going to do or say, and on the basis of that you have to come up with an advice or a suggestion or give your inputs. So the best way to be is to be yourself. Like there's just no other way that I know.
And I have to say, like, you are called the Queen of Hearts, and I think we all agree with that. I've said this in my introduction, point blank. But how was it when you got that title? Like, when people refer to you as Queen of Hearts, how does it feel?
I mean, it makes me smile. Let me just put it that way. So you feel happy, yeah.
Yeah, but seeing the couples go through their problems, and when you see, does it help you as a learning process as well?
Most definitely. I think real life is the best raw material to learn and grow.
Yeah.
But I think at that point of time, because I have to remind myself of my role and not think about how I am learning something from it. Obviously, it goes hand in hand. But at that point in time, my thing is to how to resolve that issue, or what can I do here to help. So that is the approach that I'm keeping on this show.
True. And in retrospect, then you kind of think about it.
That goes like hand in hand.
Yeah. And I forgot to mention that you made the most beautiful bride. And twice. Not just once, twice.
Can you imagine I got married twice in one day? Because both the mothers were like, no, we want a Bengali wedding. And my mom-in-law was, we want a Malayali wedding. So I was like, okay, let's do both.
It was in my birth month, so I was very happy. Like, I'm always in a very happy zone when it's my birth month, and I got to see all that. But I'm very excited to see the two of you together on screen.
Thank you.
It's gonna be fire. You are the Queen of Hearts. You will always be. And thank you for giving me this time.
Thank
this was our first interaction. I'm sure it's gonna be the first of many to follow.
Many to follow.
And thank you so much for this. Wishing you all the best and lots and lots of love and luck. Hope you had a good time, because I had a great time.
I had a lovely, lovely time being here talking to you. Thank you so much for doing it. Hi guys, I'm Mouni Roy. You're watching me on Bollywood Bubble.